Welcome to episode number 84, Handling a Failed IVF Cycle. A failed IVF cycle is hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat or discount that fact. It's really hard, it's shitty, it's unfair, and you are allowed and expected to feel all of these things. Please don't question or judge yourself for feeling this way. Today we will speak about what failing or succeeding means to you and potentially reframe your perception of this quote-unquote failed IVF cycle. First things first, the most important thing that you can do after a mammoth emotional blow following a physical, tolling IVF cycle is to feel your feelings. Be with them, sit with them, allow them, and acknowledge them. Without questioning them, they are valid. At this time, you may want to journal, meditate, rest, and withdraw. Do what you need to do. Emily and Amelia Nagalski, who authored the book Burnout, speak about closing the stress circle, that an emotion can exist and be felt in the body long after the event that created that stress or emotion has taken place. Basically, just because you found out that news, it doesn't mean that the emotion and the stress will leave your body instantaneously. You need time and a way to close that circle. An easy way to close that circle is to physically move the emotion out of your body. So after you have taken the time to be with it, sit with it, and feel it, then you could possibly go for a run, go for a swim, have a big laugh, have a big cry, or dance it out. Do what feels good for you. In most cases, a failed IVF cycle simply means that the cycle did not result in the conception of a baby. Now, I'm relating a lot of learnings that I had on my IVF journey as I get closer to entering the birth space. During labor, in medicalized birth, there can be language used like failure to progress by doctors, which can make a woman feel just like that, like she is failing, which is all just a perception of the process. This is why right now we are going to scrap the language of a failed or unsuccessful IVF cycle to rather a practice cycle or a learning cycle, or even better, a growth cycle. I love that one, a growth cycle. An IVF cycle, despite the outcome of baby or no baby, can be extremely successful in your fertility specialist getting answers, in learning more about what can be altered next time, in learning more about yourself, and if the magic is harnessed, it can facilitate incredible growth. It would be entirely unfair to pass it off as a fail or a waste of time. I would love for you now or after to sit down and list all of the ways that your IVF growth cycle was successful, thinking outside the box and beyond the black and white perception of conceiving or not conceiving a baby. I know that it feels like that is all that you want right now, but you deserve so much more than that, and there is so much more that can come out of an IVF cycle. Another way that I relate the process of birth to the process of IVF, as a baby makes its way out of the birth canal, there is a dance forwards and backwards in order to prepare the birthing mother for the baby to exit and come into the world. And it is described as 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Much like the IVF journey, it can feel or seem like this step back is debilitating, when really it is part of the process of pushing forward. Every challenge, every barrier, every hurdle on your fertility journey is bringing you 1 step closer to your baby. It is extremely uncertain, which can be scary as hell, but which also means that anything can happen. Everything may change next week, next month, or by next year. Every cycle is an opportunity for you to grow further within yourself, to become the resilient woman and mother that an IVF journey creates. There is actual research showing that IVF parents become more resilient and are equipped with better parenting skills than those who have not endured a journey like this to their baby. I encourage you to grasp this opportunity by placing the focus on you. From now on, imagine if the choices that you made were for you and not for your future baby. A focus on you is what will ultimately lead you to your baby in a conscious way. IVF is the ultimate form of conscious conception after all, but you have to choose it. You have to choose to make fucking magic out of this journey and see every roadblock as an opportunity and a step in the right direction. Choose to stay open. Choose love. Michael Singer, who authored The Untethered Soul, one of my favorite books, speaks about the natural state of the heart being open to give and receive love. However, things in life can cause us to close our hearts in big or small increments. An IVF cycle that doesn't result in a baby may make you want to close your heart a little or a lot. A way to work to keep your heart open is to feel into these blockages and release them. To picture your heart opening in your mind's eye and physically feel it open little by little. You get to choose unconditional love for yourself. Unconditional means not influenced by any conditions like conceiving a baby or not. And you deserve nothing less than that level of love for yourself. All of the work that we do inside of my program IVF Magic is working to build a resilient woman and ultimately a resilient mother in you, biochemically, emotionally, and spiritually. Remembering that everything you need is already within you, and I am simply here to facilitate the change and growth to bring you closer to your highest potential. So, I'll wrap this up by saying congratulations on your growth cycle and for being part of the coolest fucking club of IVF warrior women. You are not alone and you've got this.